It was a busy NWSL weekend for the teams, Darian. For you, you've been all over the place on all the coverage, it felt like. But we had a lot of fun in week 3 in the NWSL.
We had a lot of fun. We had games that also weren't a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Watching these games, I feel like the parity of the teams that are really figured out, that have solved how they're going to score goals, how they're going to play against teams, not just relying on maybe 1 or 2 players to do it. I'm talking Orlando, Kansas City. Everybody else is a big step behind me. Lisa, I know you're going to say Spirit. Yes, they had a good game. Ashley Hatch is balling. But I think those 3 tiers I talked about is so much more apparent this week. I mean, the 0-0s, the Portlands,
Tough.
yeah, that's a really tough game. But like, we only have 12 goals. I feel like this time last year we were almost 40 something goals in. And it's there's a little bit of a, I know it's evening out.
Even week 1, Darian, like we got those weird draws, but also we got 21 goals across all the games that we did see the goal scoring productivity, and it just really tapered off. 12 is not enough for me to sit through some nil-nils.
Goals. We all want more goals. We want all of the reactions too, and that's what we're giving you live on this Sunday night after NWSL action. Our reactions from the weekend, our biggest takeaways, and our NWSL weekly best 11. Thanks for joining us live on YouTube if you're watching on Golazo Network, and of course you can listen to A3 anywhere you get your podcasts. We go live Tuesdays and Thursdays 11 a.m. Eastern time, and every Sunday throughout the NWSL season. Let's take a look at this weekend and dive in and talk about it. 7 teams were held goalless all weekend, but at the top of the table remains Orlando Pride and Kansas City Current. 3 weeks and 3 wins for them. Kansas City, a 3-0 win over Utah Royals. And for Orlando Pride, they picked up a 2-1 win over San Diego, both of those matches yesterday on Saturday. Christine, over the weekend, I mean, what was your biggest takeaways from all these matches?
I feel like there's obviously the fun stuff, right? That you're like, heck yeah. But for some reason, the negative stuff always sticks with me in the front end. Or maybe it's just because I'm trying to compound and remember what happened in the beginning of the weekend, because it feels like it's been 12 days long. I'm not going to lie. I think for me, it was revisiting sort of Gotham's beginning of last season, where they had a lack of goal productivity, which was just very wonky. Granted, the season before that was like that too, and they managed to win. So I think that stood out a bunch, but also the jubilation on the other side of it of an Ashley Hatch brace, her first career, or would have been her first career hat trick, that I was rooting for. That I was like, come on, let's do it now. But also, I feel like we talk about her a lot on this show because she doesn't get the amount of love that she should more broadly. And also maybe like, Mary's, when do you call her?
What?
Your audio. What did you say?
No!
Was that Christine, or was that her audio? What?
I couldn't hear that. Christine, what did you say?
I said, Emma Hayes, give her a call.
She is.
I know, but like regularly again.
Okay. I was like, I mean, the girl did get called into camp. Yeah, I think, Kupo, I agree. The Ashley Hatch, it's fun to see her just being confident. And yes, Spirit have a lot of injuries. Yes, Trinity Rodman's at like a 70% of what we normally see her at, especially even just minutes wise. But man, Ashley Hatch, talk about somebody making something out of nothing. And Spirit, yes, they can score goals in transition, yes, in run of play. But if you have someone like that on set pieces, that is tough, because you can outplay. That's a team that maybe you can outplay them, say 88 minutes of the match, and then boom, you give up a set piece, you give a foul, corner, and Hatch is there to put it away. It's great, and so much confidence for her game.
56th goal for Ashley Hatch. So she passes friend Jess McDonald for 5th most regular season goals in NWSL history. It was a big game for Washington Spirit to kick off the weekend, a 2-1 win, or 2-0 win, over Bay FC. And Darian, you said today on Golazo Network coverage that you still don't think Spirit can do it. What is it going to take for Washington to prove to you that they can contend for a title this year?
They need everybody healthy. they've been plagued with just gnarly injuries. I mean, looking at that list of some players that I didn't even know were season-ending injuries, let alone. I think they have to bring in some other players to help with that style that they want to play. Yes, they're really good. They're a formidable team. Sure. Do I think after week 3 that the team they have right now can dominate a Kansas City or an Orlando? No, I don't. If they're full strength, yes, I think that they will be a really good competition. But to me, with Barbara Banda and Shawinga and everybody else around, I know we're highlighting those names a lot. How could you not? These players are incredible. But now teams have figured out, okay, we need to block Banda, we need to block Shawinga. Both of these teams now have so many other characters that can score goals. There's Ali Watt, there's Marta, McCutcheon's now on a goal scoring streak with Orlando. You have Debinha, you have Cooper, DiBernardo, Biaz Honorado is freaking back. I mean, there's no way to stop all of them. If you're trying to stop Shawinga, you're trying to stop Banda, now there's so much chemistry between everybody else. And Spirit don't have that right now. They just don't have all those players because they're all injured. Sadly.
Yeah, but they're still winning and they're still picking up points and finding different ways to score and having Ashley Hatch step up.
I'm not knocking them, but when they go play Orlando with this current team, no. When they go play Kansas City with this current team, no. I think there has to be a little more zhuzh, a little more sauce. They need those key players.
A team that did bring a little sauce, a little zhuzh, if you will. Darian, how's that zhuzh? Is that pretty good for you? We're working on it there. A team that brought a little sauce, a little juice was San Diego Wave against Orlando. A 2-1 win for Orlando, but the Wave did get a goal. But what did you see from San Diego that looked pretty promising in this match?
Guys, I'm so impressed with San Diego. I'm actually going to say this. The way that they build out and how technical they are, the triangles that they have, they play the most fun, enjoyable, poetic soccer that I'm watching right now. I never would have thought I was going to say that about San Diego this season, but the way that they move the ball is so fun. And I think if they keep this going, they're going to be a semifinal team. I think absolutely. They just need to lock in defensively. They signed Daniela Arias. That's a huge, huge addition to the back line. And they have so many talented players. Their midfield, and then you look at their front line, Sanchez, Leon, Cascarino. They're so fun to watch. It's just not coming together. And then they've got the 19-year-old Nigerian, 2 minutes into her debut, Ochuwoku, getting a header, being brave against my girl, Anna Morehouse. Happy birthday, Anna. Love you so much. But goes up against Anna, puts a goal away. Anna's a big goalkeeper. That's scary to put your head in the way of that. And she did it fearlessly. Shout out Taylor Swift. And gave San Diego a goal to equalize it. They ended up losing, but it was a good game. But Lisa, what did you think of this match? Because I thought San Diego dominated in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, San Diego did dominate in the first half. They held Orlando Pride to not a single shot on target in the first 45 minutes of this game. It was very impressive. It was group effort defensively from San Diego. I mean, this San Diego team, if they have more time, which they will, right now they get a week of an international break where they will lose some players, but time under Jonas Eideval to build and continue to grow with this group, it's going to be dangerous to watch the San Diego side. And I think what makes San Diego so impressive this year so far in just 3 weeks is the fact that we had no idea what they were going to look like, right? Our bar was pretty low for them coming in, and now they're playing really pretty football. They're keeping possession of it. They're challenging against a #1 Orlando side that's coming back just as strong as they finished last year. And it's very fun to watch San Diego play this year.